So you're ready to get into your peak potential. You're ready to step into your high self-worth and own your value as a woman and radiate that to the world. Well, guess what? It doesn't have to be as hard as you think it is. Everything in your life changes when you step into your peak potential. You attract better relationships. You attract better career opportunities, or heck, you even go out and build your own career opportunity because you believe in your worth, you're in your peak potential, you're feeling good about yourself. And to add on to that, your health is just amazing. A big part of being in peak potential is having really amazing, incredible health. And when you're in that peak potential state, you feel so good. And I know that you can relate to that. I know you can relate to that because I know you've had those days where you just wake up and you're just like, I'm shining, I'm a queen, life is great. And you know, it's just like the universe is just throwing all these amazing opportunities, things your way, and everything just feels like it's great. And then on other days you wake up and you just feel absolutely shitty about yourself and who you are. You hate life and everything in it. And as a result of that, you get thrown all these things as well. So here I'm sharing the 3 top things that I did to help myself step into my peak potential state so that I could build the life of my dreams. And I want you to take these things and apply them to your life because it doesn't have to be that hard. If you are new to this channel, my name is Dr. Bisley Natley. I am the holistic brain doctor and I teach women how to optimize their brain health so that they can elevate their self-worth and step into their peak potential. This is literally what I do and what I enjoy doing so much. There's nothing more powerful than a woman who is owning her worth and potential and just like stepping into that. Oh, it's so beautiful to watch. Lesson number 1, and the first thing that I did is I learned and got a super in-depth knowledge of me and who I am. Anything and everything that could teach me more about me, I did it. And whether it was a quiz, whether it was human design, whether it was a strengths questionnaire, Kolbe Index, whatever was out there. And I still continue to do it to this day, right? I don't think there's, ever an end to learning more about you and who you are. But this is like an everyday thing where when things happen to me, I'm just like, ooh, what happened? Why did I react like that? What caused me to feel that way? What was happening? Because every situation that triggers you, every challenge that comes up is a reason for you to look and dig deep because you have this beautiful opportunity to learn so much more about yourself. Happiness and good things don't help you learn more about yourself. It's your pain and challenges that do. And so it's about waking up and digging deep and learning as much about yourself as possible. So for example, I really wanted to master my time management. So I spent some time looking at how many hours can I really work without needing a break. So I realized for me that's about 2. So something I do on a daily basis to step into my peak potential is I schedule my work in 2-hour blocks. And after those 2 hours, I'm always taking a 30-minute break. And this is because I spent time reflecting on myself. I spent time looking at how long can I work before I need a break, and I got this knowledge about me. This time is going to be very different for you. And that's why, this is the other thing too, right, is that I know you love listening to self-help books. I know that you're listening to like different podcasts and looking up to all these people, but don't just blindly do what they are telling you to do. And even me, just because I'm sharing this with you doesn't mean that this is what you do. Right? In this video, I'm just sharing the things that I did for myself, but you take these things and you apply them to yourself. That is how you are smart about the information you're taking in. Don't just do something because an influencer or some big person is doing it. Do it because it's the right thing for you and your body. And how do you learn if something is right for you and your body? Well, of course, you try it out, right? You can always talk to your practitioners and whatnot, but ultimately, you get an in-depth knowledge of you and who you are. So I know what my triggers are. I know how I self-sabotage. For example, I know that something that I'm working on right now even is to really make sure I don't put too many things on my to-do list. Easiest way I self-sabotage. I put 10 things in, even though I'm only supposed to put 5, and then lo and behold, I don't have time for the rest. I go to bed feeling really shitty about myself, feeling really stressed out. And then all of a sudden, I've self-sabotaged and I'm back and stuck in that cycle of not feeling good enough. the power of that. So I know that for me, on a daily basis, I need to constantly be looking at these things and making sure I only add the right amount of stuff on my to-do list. When it comes to the type of workouts, I know the type of workouts that my body loves. I understand how my body works, what's happening in my hormones, how my brain health is changing as a result of it. And then because of that, I optimize my workouts. I optimize these things based on my body. Being South Asian, I'm susceptible to different, certain types of diseases, like for example, diabetes. And I've seen it in myself that when my blood sugar is not regulated, I start to not feel right about myself. And so something that I'm doing is with my foods, I'm making sure that the foods that I eat, my blood sugar is regulated and it's feeling good. And to be honest, all of us can probably benefit with this, but this is like the power of getting an in-depth knowledge of yourself and who you are. Thinking about what are your limiting beliefs, what are your fears, what is it that you want out of this life, and just knowing yourself at a really, really deep level. This is so powerful to achieving your peak potential, because when you know yourself at a deep level, you know the types of food to feed your body. You know the types of movement to get. You know how to optimize your morning routine and optimize your day based off of your body, your needs, and what it is that you want. By the way, if you are a woman who is looking for support, you're ready to step into your peak potential, you want to get this in-depth knowledge of who you are so that you can build great brain health and then go and attract the best relationships, get the best career opportunities, book a free brain health assessment with me and we'll talk about what support looks like for you. But start off with this. Start off with just looking at and understanding yourself at a deep level. Like honestly, spend a whole month doing this. Like look at what are the foods that you turn to, what triggers you, what stresses you out, what are the fears, what are the conversations happening in your head. This is how I started with my journey. I started to just get a really good understanding of what myself and what ticks me and how my body works and functions and the conversations happening in my mind. This gives you just so much power because you start to just see all the steps you need to take to truly feel good. And then getting into your peak potential just becomes really easy. And the other great thing too is that this just helps you that much more when you're working with a practitioner, because you can go to a practitioner who specializes and works in these areas and you can be like, hey, so this is me, this is who I am, this is what I'm struggling with, here are my fears, this is where I'm getting stuck and I need help and support with. Can you help me with that? How much more powerful of a conversation is that than you just going and being like, I'm kind of struggling. I don't know what I need. Like, I overthink and I procrastinate, but what's happening? Like, start doing this work on your own. Get to know yourself at a really, really deep level and get an understanding of who you are. The second thing that I did to step into my peak potential was to get serious about everything that I was putting in my body. I'm going to pause on that. How good are you at that? Take a step back. What have you eaten today? Have you eaten today? What did you eat last night? We need to get way more serious about the things we're putting into our body. And so many of us, we're just so on automatic of the stuff that we're putting in. And a lot of it is driven by our taste buds and not driven by what our body actually needs. If you want to be in your peak potential, you have to get so serious about the things that you're putting in your body, because whatever you put in your body's going to use that as fuel. So many of us, we want our bodies to function at a really high level. We want tons of energy. We want to feel good. We want to do all of these things, but then we're feeding our bodies literally shit. We're constantly overeating. We're constantly turning towards junk food. And then we're asking ourselves, I don't have energy. Why can I concentrate and focus? This is why, girly. This is literally why. You need to get so careful about the things you're putting into your body. And it's like that saying, right? I don't mean to be like cheesy here, but that saying of like, your body is a temple and treat it like one. I mean, in a way, it's totally true. Your body is a temple and you have to treat it like one. So start getting careful. Just take a pause. Before you put anything in your mouth, just take a pause and be like, is this gonna help me get into my peak potential or is this not? And I'm not saying never have cookies or never eat any junk food again or ever drink alcohol. I still do all of those things, but I do it in a way where it doesn't impact my peak potential. So for example, if I'm craving some sort of something sweet in the middle of my day, I'll eat it after I have lunch so that, it really minimizes that blood sugar spike. And I'm eating really healthy food, and then I'm letting myself have a sweet. And that helps me stay in my peak potential. Or, I'll indulge on foods that are going to impact my peak potential on days that I have off. Like, I'm not going to go in the middle of a day and get burgers and fries, because that's going to totally disrupt my peak potential for the rest of the day. Instead, I might save a burger and fries for Friday night, right? Or Saturday night. And I'm going to do it that way. If I'm going to drink alcohol, I don't just go every weekend and binge drink alcohol. I think about it. I think about, what do I need to do the following days? What do I need to do that weekend? And if I have alcohol on Friday night, is that going to support my peak potential in these things that I want to do? Or is it going to take away from that? Because if it's taking away from that, I am not going to drink. Because that is how important it is for me to be in my peak potential. Because when I'm in my peak potential, I am shining. I am glowing. Universe is like throwing all these beautiful things my way because I'm just feeling good, and everything in life just feels like it's turning out really, really good. So really tune in and get serious on that, and really think about that. What are the foods that you're feeding your body? What are you putting into it? Because if you're not putting good things into your body, good luck ever being at your peak potential. You need to get really meticulous and serious and careful on that. And again, if you want support, book a free brain health assessment with me, because everything changes in your life when you start becoming serious about the foods that you're putting in, and you become serious about really achieving your peak potential. The last thing that I did to really step into my peak potential was starting to get good at what was in front of me. What is right in front of me right now? I mean, right in front of me right now is this camera, and I'm looking at you, but really just getting clear on what's in front of me and what am I doing. So important to tune into this. So many of us, we're not in our peak potential state because our mind is either in the past or our mind is in the future. It's never in the here and now. Your peak potential, who you are, exists in the here and now. It didn't exist yesterday, and it doesn't exist tomorrow yet. It exists right now in this moment, and this is all that matters. Is how do you align yourself in your peak potential now? And usually that means focusing on what is in front of you. We are so bad at focusing on what's in front of us, like so atrociously bad at focusing on what is in front of us. We're so distracted. Our mind is all over the place. Our dopamine systems are completely fried, and we're constantly looking for that next hit of dopamine. And I have to even catch myself too sometimes, right? Because, for example, in between recording videos, I want to check my phone. And I'm just like, hang on a second. Why? Why do I need to check my phone? And it's because, right, my brain is like, ooh, dopamine hit. Because I haven't gotten the dopamine hit yet of posting this video and putting it out there because I'm recording it right now. Do you see how powerful and how disrupting this can be to us achieving our peak potential? You have to get present. You have to be in this here moment now. This is what and when your peak potential really matters. It's just here and now. It is not yesterday. It is not tomorrow. It is literally in the here and now. So practicing present moment based activities like deep breathing, I love going on walks. This has been my latest and most favorite thing, is going on walks, stepping outside, doing activities like Qigong and yoga. I've recently also started to do tapping, which I absolutely love. And so these are all just activities designed to help you get from here and into your body. Because when you're in your body, you're present and you feel powerful and you feel in control, and you can take all the action that you need to take to help yourself get into a peak potential state. Presence is powerful. Presence is where you have control, and presence is in the here and now. Oh, so good. So this is how I did it. These are the top 3 things that I did to really help myself get into my peak potential state. I got super knowledgeable on myself and who I was. I started to become really meticulous on everything that I was putting into my body. And then lastly, I cultivated a deep sense of presence so I can be in the here and now. I am not perfect with it, not at all perfect with it, but I am getting better every single day. and I'm starting to become more aware every single day. And I'm definitely way more present now than I've ever been in the past like 10 years of my life. So this is how you do it. And as always, you know, if you want support, you can use the link below to book a free brain health assessment with me so that we can help you build great brain health and get your life back on track.